You've probably seen this book before. On the surface, it looks like a simple, whimsical children's story about a boy from an asteroid. But for over 80 years, The Little Prince has been holding on to a profound secret about what it truly means to live. So today, let's unpack that secret and figure out why this little story continues to capture the hearts of millions of adults all over the world. Right from the very beginning, the author, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, hits you with this powerful idea. He basically draws a line in the sand, creating two different worlds: the imaginative, open world of childhood and the rigid, rule-bound world of adults. This single thought, well, it's the key that unlocks the entire story.
And make no mistake, this isn't just some beloved French classic. It's a global phenomenon. The Little Prince has been translated into over 250 languages. And get this, it still sells nearly 2 million copies every single year. Its message just clearly resonates, crossing all kinds of cultural and generational lines.
So what is it? What's the secret sauce here? How can a story about a pilot, a prince, a rose, and a fox strike such a deep, universal chord? Why does a book that seems to be for kids hold such powerful lessons for grown-ups? The answer, it turns out, is hidden in the story itself.
Okay, so the first thing to understand is that The Little Prince is an allegory. Now that's just a fancy way of saying it has two levels of meaning. You've got the charming surface story, sure, but then there's a deeper, symbolic one about life's most important truths.
And to get to that deeper meaning, we really have to start with the author himself. Because the story of the pilot who crashes in the Sahara isn't just fiction. It's a reflection of a very real and a very adventurous life.
I mean, look at his life. You see these two identities, pilot and writer, and they're completely intertwined. Years before writing The Little Prince, he was already a celebrated author for Night Flight. Then, in 1935, fiction becomes reality. He crashes in the desert and survives for days. You can just feel how that harrowing experience, the solitude, the struggle for survival, became the raw material for his masterpiece, which was published just a year before his own mysterious disappearance.
And here you can see the direct link. The narrator of the book is the author, in essence. Saint-Exupéry took his own harrowing experience, the crash, the loneliness, that life-or-death struggle, and he transformed it into the perfect setting for a profound philosophical encounter. The desert became this perfect blank canvas for exploring what truly matters.
This brings us to the prince's journey. Before he lands on Earth, he hops between these tiny little asteroids, and each one is inhabited by a single adult. And these encounters, this is where the story delivers its sharpest critique of the world that grown-ups have built.
The narrator sets this up perfectly. With a simple test from his childhood, he made a drawing and would show it to adults, and their answer told him everything. So take a look. What do you see?
Grown-ups, completely obsessed with matters of consequence, they only see a hat. They see the surface. But the narrator and the prince, they see what's hidden inside. A whole story. A boa constrictor digesting an elephant. This simple drawing just captures the book's central conflict. The concrete, limited vision of adults versus the boundless imagination of a child. And this theme just plays out over and over on the asteroids. The prince meets a king with no subjects, a man who wants applause just for existing, a businessman who thinks he owns the stars because he counts them, and a geographer who maps worlds he's never even seen. Each character is this powerful symbol of an adult obsession, power, vanity, materialism, that has blinded them to what's truly important: real connection and real experience. The prince finds these adults very strange, so he continues his journey and eventually lands on Earth. It's here, in the desert, that he learns the book's most important lesson, and not from a person, but from a fox. The fox introduces this idea of taming, and what's so profound about it is that it isn't about domination, it's about connection. It means to establish ties. Before they are tamed, the prince and the fox are just like anyone else. But through the process of spending time together, they become unique and absolutely essential to one another. Taming is all about creating bonds, making something or someone special because of the time you invest. After teaching the prince this, the fox is ready to share the absolute heart of the book's philosophy. And this is it. This is the secret. The most important things in life, love, friendship, beauty, loss, you can't see them or count them. They can only be felt. This is the wisdom children have that adults forget. The businessman can count the stars, but he can't feel their beauty. The prince, however,
learns that his connection to his rose is what makes her unique among all other roses. So if the essential things are invisible, how do we understand them? Well, Saint-Exupéry uses this really rich tapestry of symbols to explore these unseen truths. So let's decode a few of these. Think of the rose. On the surface, she's vain and difficult, right? But she really represents the fragile nature of love, something that needs care and responsibility. The time the prince wasted on her is what makes her so important. Then you've got the baobabs, these dangerous weeds that have to be pulled up when they're small, a super clear symbol for our bad habits that we have to face before they consume us. And finally, there's the mysterious snake, which represents not just death, but transformation, the promise of returning to one's true essence. Through all of these symbols and encounters, the Little Prince delivers a philosophy that feels more relevant today than ever before. This is the book's final, powerful plea. It's asking us to look past the superficial matters of consequence and reconnect with that part of ourselves that knows how to see with the heart. It's a call to nurture our relationships, our curiosity, and our sense of wonder.
And its legacy really proves how much we need that reminder. The book has been adapted into films, operas, and plays. Its famous quotes pop up everywhere. It continues to guide readers, young and old, back to the things that are invisible but essential.
And so the book leaves us with one final question to ask ourselves. In a world that is so obsessed with what can be seen and counted, what in your life is essential but invisible?